Hey, how you doing? Hey, we're gonna test the Super XL 130 again. I've made some changes though. This might be a drastic one. I built a homemade muffler from scratch. So I've been talking to several folks out there. I've talked to Bellhopper and Briscoe and Iron Horse and all of them, you know what I mean? And the Iron Horse had a good idea. We may not have enough muffler on this saw. She refuses the 4-stroke, so, you know, it might be just allowing everything to escape. So I built an Iron Horse muffler, put it on a Homelite, and now we're going to test it. We'll see how she performs. It should be quite drastic and a lot louder, hopefully. Now I won't be able to run this at Sawfest, but we'll at least know if this changes the performance of the saw. Now I also changed up the chain, the way I sharpen it. I tried to make it a little bit more aggressive. We'll see if it works. I'm having an issue to where I'm having to push a little harder on the chain than I prefer. I prefer the saw to do all the work. I like to just lay the saw down on the wood and have the chain have enough pull in it that I don't have to do any work. So I made some adjustments and we're gonna see how that does as well. Now I'm out of test log, so I'm just gonna chunk up on some firewood pieces that I have laying here. And you know, having those angles in that chain will probably be a pain in the butt because the wood's not gonna want to sit still. So we'll see how it does here and we'll go from there. Alrighty, hope you enjoy. So there she is, a Homelite with an Iron Horse muffler. The muffler still needs some work. It needs a lot of work. I went at it with a welder and the welds came out pretty bad, but you know, I'll have to do some grinding and fix it on that. But for today, I want to get a test in before it gets dark. So let's see what happens. I call that a success. If you guys could hold this saw in your hands, I tell you, you wouldn't believe how good this thing is running. I can't believe it. It is just so nice to run. So I gave you some shots of different species of wood. I mean, there was pine, elder, oak, and locust, I think. I had shots of all of that, so you could see it between different species of wood. Now you could hear the saw work in the cut, and that gives you a real good indicator of how torquey this thing is. I'll tell you, that muffler, that was it. That was the winning combination. The torque came up substantially with it. I might have lost some of the peak RPM, but the torque is just amazing. So I am very happy right now. Very happy. I think this might be my favorite saw in my arsenal now. Now, as far as the chain is concerned, I did notice a difference. It is pulling harder now. I am much happier with the way the chain is pulling. That last video, I had the corners kind of knocked off the chain, so it wasn't 100%, but now, yeah, she's much better. So what I did on the chain, see, I use one of the Oregon grinders. If you're not familiar with Oregon grinders, they have more options on your angles. So I can adjust, or the straight up and down as your wheel is tilted to the side, you know what I mean? So I can adjust that one. And I have that one set at 55 degrees. And then there's the normal angles everybody used to, you know, your 25, 30, 35, all that stuff. So I have it sitting about halfway between 30 and 35 degrees. But then there's a third angle. You can adjust the tilt of your chain, and I'm running that at 10 degrees. So to simulate that effect when you're sharpening, your file would be pointed, your file would not be flat, it wouldn't be straight across, it would be pointed uphill about 10 degrees. And that's the kind of setup I have on the grinder, and it definitely is pulling better now. You can see on the video, it's eating the tips pretty good. So let me know what you think. Do you think I should make any changes to the sharpening? Now, as far as the raker gauges are concerned, I'm using one of the Husqvarna style on the softwood setting, and it's kind of wore out, so it's just a little deeper than what the softwood setting would put it. Alrighty. Now, if you're wondering, you know, the stack muffler doesn't run much different than a stock muffler. You can get a few more RPM out of them, that's it. You won't get anything on the torque or anything like that. Now, even a modified stock muffler, you don't get a whole lot of gain. They don't have the proper depth to them to get the kind of gains that you would like to have. You have to build something like this Iron Horse muffler for you to really notice a difference. And it is substantial how much of a difference this muffler just made to this saw. So hats off to the Iron Horse for putting the time in to develop these mufflers for us. He's put the information out there for everybody to use, and everybody who uses them loves them. I've never heard a single complaint. Now I have to build a better one. I used a factory Homelite muffler and used the plate with the bolt holes and the slot and everything to, to build off of, and that was a mistake. It's not sturdy enough. So the muffler is actually in there flopping around a little bit. So I need to fix that. I'll have to build a custom backing plate to mount the muffler. But once I get that done, this thing will be solid. I knew I was gonna have to make some tweaks to the muffler. I just wanted to get her tested before the sun goes down. So, hey, I'm pretty happy, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.